Few philosophers have left as deep a mark on Western thought as Friedrich Nietzsche. Controversial, innovative, and provocative, his ideas not only challenged the conventions of his time, but continue to shape our views on morality, power, and existence. Today, we'll dive into the life, works, and legacy of this restless genius, his most iconic quotes, and a few lesser-known facts about him. By the end of this video, we want to know which of Nietzsche's quotes impacted you the most, and which philosopher or historical figure would you like to see in our next video? Nietzsche was born in 1844 in Racken, Germany, the son of a Lutheran pastor. However, his life would take a very different path than his parents might have imagined. At just 24, Nietzsche became a professor of classical philology at the University of Basel, Switzerland, an impressive feat for someone so young. "God is dead" is probably Nietzsche's most famous quote, taken from his book The Gay Science, 1882. But what did he really mean by this? Nietzsche wasn't celebrating the death of a divine being, but commenting on the loss of religious faith and its cultural impact on modern society. Did you know that before Nietzsche became the philosopher we know today, he was a talented musician? He composed several pieces for piano, and even considered pursuing a musical career. Nietzsche's key concepts stemmed from his constant reflection on morality, religion, and power. His ideas often challenged the norms, making him one of the most controversial philosophers of his time. The concept of the Übermensch or Overman appears in his work Thus Spoke Zarathustra, 1883 to 1885. For Nietzsche, the Overman is an ideal human who transcends the limitations imposed by traditional morality and lives according to his own will to power. Man is something to be surpassed. This quote, from Thus Spoke Zarathustra, makes us reflect. Are we living according to our true capacities or just following the rules imposed by society? The will to power is one of the pillars of Nietzschean philosophy, which defines the essence of human beings as the innate desire for growth, domination, and self-affirmation. Nietzsche believed that the most fundamental human drive was not survival, but rather the will to conquer and assert one's existence. "That which does not kill me makes me stronger," one of Nietzsche's most popular quotes, from Twilight of the Idols, 1888, reflects his belief that suffering and adversity can be the greatest catalyst for personal growth. Nietzsche's life was not easy. In his 30s, he began suffering from serious health problems, both physical and mental, which eventually forced him to abandon his work as a professor. In 1889, he experienced a complete mental breakdown. Many believe this was caused by syphilis, a disease he may have contracted in his youth. One of the most famous episodes of his life occurred during his mental breakdown in Turin, when Nietzsche embraced a horse being whipped in the street. This moment is often used to illustrate his emotional state during his final years. "When you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you." This powerful quote from Beyond Good and Evil, 1886, captures the depth of Nietzsche's existential and psychological thinking. His own descent into madness can be seen as a reflection of this thought. Though he died in 1900, Nietzsche left behind a philosophical legacy that would resonate for generations. His influence can be seen in Freud's psychology, Dostoevsky's literature, and the existentialism of Sartre. Above all, Nietzsche was a critic of conformity and a champion of individual power. "Become who you are," this advice from The Gay Science reflects Nietzsche's desire for humans to transcend their limitations and live according to their true potential. Despite his lonely death and years of madness, Nietzsche's works were widely promoted by his sister Elizabeth, who curiously manipulated many of his writings after his death, distorting his legacy in some cases. Nietzsche left us with a provocative vision of life, power, and morality. His words still resonate today, challenging us to question our existence and seek our true selves. Now, we want to know which of Nietzsche's quotes impacted you the most. Do you believe morality is in decline, as he suggested? And finally, which philosopher or historical figure would you like to see in our next video?